Hi. So the second vignette is going to talk about the platform of the classroom page and some new features that have been added by Google over the summer. The first thing is you actually have the opportunity to change your theme for your classroom. You can do it in two ways. You can select a theme that Google already has in its pictures. You can scroll down and find something that's applicable to the class you're teaching. So if it's government, I might select this and then select class theme, and then it changes it. The other thing you can do is actually upload your own photo, which is kind of cool. If you take a picture of the class, it is a private session, so you're not breaking any confidentiality rules. You can take a picture, of something happening in class and upload it. It's always fun for that platform. And then you simply drag your photo into here and Google will reformat it and you just select class theme. So those are two neat little platforms. That's the same as it's always been, but it's just something fun to do. So this is your stream. This is where announcements and assignments will appear. I'm going to remind you how to upload assignments and create announcements in another vignette. This tab is for students. One thing that Google has actually added are an action tab, which if you invite students, I can definitely give you more information about that. But because I can't invite due to confidentiality reasons, please come down and ask me if you want to know how to use that little selection. The other thing you can do is actually change what your students can do. You can say that your students can post and comment, your students can only comment, or only the teacher can post and comment. It just changes the actions of what your students are able to do in this platform. If you create a Google Classroom that's just for discussion and you have two separate classrooms that the students, one is for turning in assignments and the other is for discussion. So you have like Western Society Block 1A is for discussion and Block 1B is for them turning in assignments. You can then change it so that students can only comment. And that way students aren't posting silly comments when they're turning their assignments in. But that's simply up to you. I always keep it as students can post and comment, and then I give them comment recommendations, and I also remind them of what is discussion etiquette. And the last little tab that you'll see is the About page. And this is where you could put the title of the course, class description. I often put what we find in the program of studies for the class, my room number, and then I click Save. Make sure you click Save or it will not, when you leave this tab, it will not save all the stuff you've put in. You can also add materials. You can title the materials and then you can upload them from Word, Google. It can be a video, it can be a web link. What I usually put into the About page is I put my expectation sheet, my syllabi, and I also put discussion parameters. When students post discussion comments or any form of commenting, I actually have parameters that they're supposed to meet and expectations that I have when they're using this platform. It's not a bad thing to put up, and it reminds students so that if they don't do it correctly, I actually have a document that I can pull from and tell them why, there will be consequences due to their actions. So that's something cool. The other thing you can do is invite a teacher. Now, in this case, you can invite a special education teacher, which is neat because then they have the opportunity to access the materials you're putting into Google Classroom. You can invite paraprofessionals. If you and a teacher teach the same class and you want to combine, you can invite that teacher to your classroom and they can invite you to their classroom. So it's just a really cool new feature that was added back in the spring. All right, so if we go back to the stream, the last thing I'm going to talk about are these three little bars that you see over here. What you're going to find is that this is actually a way to navigate around without having to go back to the home screen. The top button will take you back to the home screen. These are the classes that I've developed so far, so I can go into each class. And you'll notice down at the bottom there are archived classes. The one thing I want to talk about that Google's added that's new is this little feature called assignments. So if you click on assignments, you're going to notice that you now have the opportunity to review assignments that were just turned in. So you don't have to navigate through all of the things that you've put into your stream. You can go right to the assignments to start reviewing, offering feedback, or even grading. And you actually have this cool feature where you can go to assignments for specific classes. You can go to European History, Western 1, or Western 1. Now, in this case, you might want to change your title because you're going to notice it doesn't show you the block. You might want to make your title say the block so you know which one to go to. What's cool, though, is these two new tabs appear. So what Google has done is it's actually broken apart. Once you review assignments, it will put them into this reviewed folder. And if you and your students are doing back and forth feedback, you can still go there, but you need to make sure that you click on the reviewed because once you open the document, it's going to show it as being reviewed. If you haven't touched it and it's something that they've turned in for the first time, it will appear in this screen. And it's pretty cool because it will give you the opportunity to navigate your way through classes without having to go through your stream if you have tons of announcements. So it's just a new feature that Google's added to try to make it easier for teachers to navigate their way through Google Classroom. Okay, so that's the next vignette to talk a little bit about the interface and the navigation screen. Once again, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. Either send me an email or come up and see me. And in the last vignette, I'm going to remind you how to upload an assignment and to develop an announcement.